Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Ryan Eastman here in Tallahassee, Florida, in the Merrill Palace as LVG travels on the road to take on Tallahassee in this playoff important matchup. Joining me in the booth tonight is Samson St. James. Samson, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here, Mr. Eastman. Ryan. Can I call you Ryan? I'll call you
Please,
Ryan.
please, please call me Ryan.
I've
Uh,
been looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's a great game. We have an interconference matchup between two teams that we're expecting to be playoff bound. Tallahassee, I think even with the loss tonight, would pretty much cinch up their playoff seat as long as Albany and Pittsburgh, at least one of them loses. Whereas LVG is still in the middle of their hunt for the playoff seed, but they are doing quite well this season. It'd be a shock if they were to miss out at this point.
Absolutely. They've both been playing very impressive this season, both teams.
Yes, and we got a lot of young talent on both sides. Tallahassee, obviously, second year. Hopkins, seeing how her sophomore year has gone, she's definitely had a step up from her rookie year. Adge, uh, Tallahassee's very happy, I think, with their draft pick and being able to re-sign him. And obviously, they picked Francis this last draft as well, who I believe will be in the starting lineup tonight. And
That's right.
jumping on over to LVG, Brandon Baylor, the rookie. Uh, should be starting, and King and Murphy leading the front court for or the back court for the Wildcards, quite young core they have set up as well. And what are your thoughts, Samson? Who are you leaning towards tonight?
Well, on the one hand, Las Vegas does have the young team. They've also have won the last 4 games all in a row. But all 4 of those games were at home in Las Vegas. You come to Tallahassee. Tallahassee absolutely loves the Typhoons here. And this court has been very good to them. They have only lost 5 games at home this season. So I think tonight I'm going to give it to the home team just on their confidence at this court.
You have to give it to them. Yes, the home crowd is out in mass cheering on their Tallahassee Typhoons. They've had a rough couple seasons over the past few years, but we've seen a trend upwards of them, and they're looking to complete, you know, a good playoff run. Should they get a win here tonight, they will lock in their playoff seed. And honestly, they're in contention for the division as a whole itself. So, tough matchup having to hopefully fight Huntsville to take the division, but it'll be a tough one as the season comes to a close with only a couple games left, less than a month to go before the playoffs start.
They Tallahassee has made some very savvy draft picks in the last few years. Of their starting lineup, 4 of them were top 10 picks within the last 4 drafts. So they've got a lot of young talent who are hungry to see this team go deep.
Yes, and Rosalia Smoot uh, proving to be the veteran presence down low in the post. We haven't seen as much from her in terms of being the scoring uh, primary scorer for the team that she has in previous years, but it's because she hasn't had to be. She's finally able to let some of the younger players take the burden off of her, and she can just focus on locking down the defense.
I've heard they call her the team mom in Tallahassee.
Well, she's definitely earned it. She's driven the kids to school for so many years, and now she gets to sit in the back seat and let them drive at this point.
Absolutely. The only player still on the team from Tallahassee's championship run back in 2017, but she's still proving her worth to this team in ways on and off the court.
Yeah, but speaking of, I believe both teams are ready to start the game. They're heading onto the court now. We will head to tip-off here, and you have to favor, I was going to say the Bear possibly, but Rosalia Smoot able to tip it Tallahassee's way. They will get the first possession here tonight.
Hopkins with the ball, going for 3. Misses. Beat covered by Baylor. Passes off to Murphy. Mouse going down the court. Passes to Doyle. Doyle for 2. First blood. Can I say that? Is that safe to say?
We're not in Hawaii anymore, so yes, it's safe to say.
Okay.
Doyle, we might have some issues if you've brought that up in Hawaii. And a big block there from Bay. Oh, down in the post. Robbins actually with the block, and getting a call for the foul, so we will head to the line for 2. Get on the first. And good on the second as well. And, I mean, speaking of Doyle coming from Hawaii all the way to Vegas, a bit of a change for him going from, I mean, I would say a paradise, but also you have to imagine the travel's a lot easier as Baylor gets an alley-oop from the perimeter for an easy dunk there.
Tallahassee with the ball. Down Francois. Aston Martin. Martin with the layup for 2.
Yeah, edge down the post is a bit of a tough matchup here for Doyle tonight to have to go up against Adjett. 6'9" is not an easy hair to back down against, and Morrison trying to get the 3 going, not able to.
Hopkins, Francois, rookie 2.
Yeah, great fast break play there. Hopkins dishing it down in the post to the Panther for an easy layup. Ooh, big block.
Baylor recovers and rebound recovered by Tallahassee.
Chance to extend their lead here if they can get a basket, and the rookie tries to back it down, but dishes it back to the perimeter, not able to get anywhere. But the 3 from the rookie, no good. Doyle fouled on the way up there. We'll head to the line for 2. Able to tie it up there, 6 apiece. Ricky on the perimeter, giving it over to Frost. Driving to the basket, no good, but oh, Smoot! Cleaning it up. Same thing, I was talking about her not being a main scorer, but it's nice when she can clean up missed opportunities like that.
Absolutely.
And again, that's that veteran mindset of knowing when to attack the basket. We see on LVG's side a bit younger in the post, but Robbins, as I say that, she gets her own cleanup and dunk putback just to show off a bit against Smoot.
Hopkins for 3. No good.
I was going to say Tallahassee, I feel like, is the better three-point shooter here tonight, but they have not found anything yet, despite trying early and often. Fadeaway is good, though. LVG back in the lead. It's very back and forth already here.
These are 2 teams that are quite closely matched in the stats, certainly. Ooh, Hopkins. Ooh.
Blocked there by Baylor. She got a good look at the basket, but the long arm of the Bear able to just come in and stop it. And on the reverse in, a quick teardrop, putting LVG up by 4. Again, Smoot down low in the post. Gets a good look and easy basket off the glass.
Vegas setting up here. Good defense. Oh, but it's good.
Yeah, Morrison, the little finger roll, kiss off the glass, finds the basket. I do want to see if the three-point game can get going for Tallahassee. Like I said, between Hopkins and their rookie, Francis, they have a bit of range. And speaking of, the double screen gets the rookie open, wide open for 3.
Back to within 1 point.
And that's maybe what they need to do. And ooh, Doyle getting a call for charging there. I don't think he expected Adge to be able to get set up so quickly, and he sold the contact a little bit there maybe, but the ref whistles it his favor. Say Doyle for LVG needs to be a bit of a veteran presence on the starting lineup. And Smoot, second putback for her tonight already. Murphy, quick pass to Robbins. Oh, the Tallahassee defense has completely lost track of the Great Dane down the post. You can't do that.
Back to Smoot. Ooh, the foul.
Yeah, second foul from Robbins now, and it's a little early for 2 fouls to be racked up already by the Great Dane. You have to keep an eye on that. You can't afford to get in foul trouble, even though Vegas at least has a little bit of depth at the center position. St. Martin and Wallstein able to come in if needed. Smoot good on both. Takes the lead back for Tallahassee. Samson, you were talking about the dominance of Tallahassee at home, and it doesn't seem like that's really factored in quite yet. Speaking of St. Martin coming in on the floor, gets fouled from behind by Smoot. Doesn't feel like LVG's really flinching at the home court, even though, of course, Caster's curse, Martin missing that first free throw because of it.
As I said, they've also won their last 4, so they've definitely got that going in their favor.
Yes, the momentum.
They definitely want to take 5.
See who finally breaks their streak a bit. Ooh, Baylor, good defensive effort. Twice, in fact. Gets 2 blocks on that possession. Well, Baylor wide open, but no, the behind-the-back pass is no good from Morrison, intercepted by the Tallahassee defense. And oh, Murphy instantly stealing it back. Doyle blocked on the way up, trying to get a little bit of contact on the lean in, but no foul called. And the pace is ramped up quickly here as the rookie able to get the lay-in off the fast break. 7 points already for him. Doyle alley-oop, but Smoot intercepting it there.
Burton, her co-captain for the first time this season. Over to Hopkins. Back to Smoot. Back to Merton. Back to Frost.
Shot clock becoming a problem. They use the screen, though, for the rookie to get open, and he is feeling it tonight. And Wildcards calling timeout. Not a surprise there. They've watched their 4-point lead suddenly slip. They're down by 4 now, but I also feel like they've wanted to get some of their bench players in. They've been waiting for a dead ball that just hasn't come. Is there anyone on the bench for either team that you're keeping your eye on here tonight?
Trying to... certainly like to see more out of Tahassee's got some... got Carson Good, you got Clarity Immers. Got some good... some deep veteran presence on the bench. Much more so than Vegas.
I was going to say, with Umechi and Renstill coming off the bench for Tallahassee, you have to imagine that, you want to see in the second rotation comes in that Tallahassee's able to still hold on with that kind of veteran presence.
You want to talk about veteran presence? Umechi has been in the league since 2008.
I mean...
he played for Idaho. Do you remember when Idaho had an FBA team? Nobody does.
It has been a while, yes. I mean... And the Husky has been around the league, you could say. Idaho, Arctics, Alphas, Spirits, Wildcards, and now Tallahassee. So the Husky's been quite a journey for, but has racked up quite the career over that time.
I just want to know what they're putting in his coffee these days.
Probably some multivitamins at this point. Not to make fun of the old guy, he's pretty much my age, but you have to wonder how many more runs he's going to have. He's a 9-time All-Star. but his one championship came in 2016. That's 8 years ago. That's half of his career, basically, has happened since his last championship.
Most of these players haven't even been in the league 8 years.
You're not wrong. Again, he's
It,
coming into
it,
his 16th,
it's
17th
impressive.
year. I mean, that's the benefit of coming into the league when you're only 18, basically. Speaking of Umechi, one-on-one, trying to back down the post. The fadeaway turnaround jumper, no good. Vegas will keep their lead for the moment, at least, and try and extend it now.
Baldacci, the chickadee. That's the Fletcher. Back to Baldacci. Into Wallstein, the oldest veteran on Vegas's team.
Yes,
Another player who's been around the league a few times. Still holding her own.
I was gonna say, she's also been on quite a few teams, but again, looking at the out of bounds ball there, alley-oop attempt, no good. Gonna be a turnover there. I said LVG does not have the same kind of veteran presence compared to a Tallahassee. I mean, obviously, Doyle, being a 2014 draftee, is the second oldest player on Vegas. So, a lot of pressure comes on the pair of them to lead the way in terms of experience. And can't knock Doyle, his multiple years in Hawaii with those long playoff runs. He has playoff experience that rivals Umechi.
Absolutely.
2 minutes left to go here. Tie game as the bench for both teams tries to get some kind of separation. Wallstein, one-on-one, backing down the post. The Buffalo not able to get it to fall, though. Tallahassee on the other end, good. On the perimeter. He's able to hit the 3, too, but I feel like with Umechi on the floor, you want to give it to the Husky more often than not, or Renstill if that. Battle for the ball, and it's going to come out. St. Martin with the steal. Fletcher, fast break opportunity. Takes the shot himself, but no good. Renstill gives over to Marshall. The Leopard trying to back down into the post, trying to get some kind of crossover to work, but no good. It's going to be Renstill with the shot clock winding down. Steps back for that 3 and is good, and that is her bread and butter. It's the one thing that has kept her coming off the bench as a spark, that three-point ability she has.
It is what she is famed for. It's always impressive to see.
Oh, damn it. Go. I was going to say, it's actually kind of interesting how many former Las Vegas players have ended up on Tallahassee. She is one of them. As Tallahassee gets another bucket. Carson Good there. 5-point lead now for them.
Here the crowd starting to get into it.
Oh, yeah. They want to get the momentum going their way in this quarter with the lead if possible. O'Hara calling for the screen. Stepping inside the paint for the spot up. It is good. 14 seconds left. Tallahassee will have the final possession of this quarter unless they rush it here, but I don't expect them to do so. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a 3 attempt, and we do. Carson from beyond the arc rattles out, close to falling. Not able to, though, convert the buzzer beater. Tallahassee will go into the second quarter up by 3 here. Very close game for both teams to start, Samson. I don't feel like one team has really stood out all that much in either side of the floor besides, maybe the offensive boards on both sides not favoring one way or the other.
Oh, I agree. They're very closely matched. It's been back and forth. It'd be interesting to see how long which team can outlast the other at this point.
Yeah, the pace seemed to pick up there at one point as Connor able to hit the jumper. The one thing I will keep an eye on is Robbins back on the floor. She drew 2 fouls early in the first quarter and got pulled. She'll have to be mindful of that, and Tallahassee might try and exploit that. Smoot might continue to attack her in the post and try and get her in foul trouble. We see that immediately going to Smoot, trying to do just that. As Fiora able to get the turnaround jumper and off the missed opportunity, able to convert the second chance. Benton gets a screen. Back to St. Martin. Morrison also back on the floor for LVG, and crossover not able to work. Blocked there by Good. The Dalmatians going to bring it up the court the other way, trying to get a coast to coast. Has to back down though as the defense collapses on him in the post. It's a good matchup for Smoot. Backing down, using the big body, but not able to convert. A little too concerned about drawing contact, but gets her own miss and cleans it up. That was not the matchup Vegas wants. Morrison against Smoot.
Absolutely not.
I mean, that's just a good switch, though, and it's on LVG's defense not to rotate. Ooh, Smoot's actually going to get a foul this time against Robbins. That's her second, but, not necessarily in foul trouble quite yet for her. Go in the second.
The ball back in. Hopkins, Tallahassee, taking their positions. Over to Immers. Fiora crossing over. Fiora going in. Immers for three. And good.
Like I said, we've seen multiple threes from Tallahassee now starting to fall, and the lead starting to build a bit here. 7 points down. Ooh, the ball's lost. Robbins battling for the ball. Gets it tipped to Morrison, and now it's a messy possession thus far. Baylor from mid-range not able to convert.
Not seen much out of Baylor so far this game, it seems like.
No, I think he had one dunk to start the game, and the rookie's been quiet otherwise. And Morrison, good strip there. Turnover. Fast break opportunity. Down to Robbins, who's going to slam it in. Tallahassee trying to rely on Smoot here, but I want to see their two all-stars, Hopkins and Adge, be a little bit more involved in this offensive game. Baylor. Giving it back to Morrison on the perimeter, calling for the screen from Robbins. Crossover, not even trying to pass it to Robbins, loses the ball. Smoot is going to come out on top with it. I wouldn't want to play, a tug-of-war game with a bison myself. I'm pretty sure I'd lose a wing.
That is a safe bet, yes. I would not, no offense, but I would not bet on you in that situation.
I'm glad we're both in agreement there. I'll keep my wings both attached. Morrison, much braver soul than me, trying to fight for that ball. The Border Collie saw the ball and tried to keep it, but not able to. And Tallahassee, off the foul, able to convert. 7-point lead here. Now it's up to Vegas. Have to see how they responded. Ooh, a lot of contact there, but no foul called. The ref's going to let the play continue, and Doyle with a bit of a circus shot there. Wanted the contact called, but made the basket either way. Smoot on the perimeter. Over to Martin, off the pass, quick shot, no good. Baylor boxing out is able to pull the board down. Doyle. Over to Tyreek. Back to Doyle. Good defense there, not giving anything up. The shot clock's becoming a problem now. Murphy from beyond the arc rattles in and out.
Aerodemers with the ball. Inside to Smoot. Boxing out for 2. Tallahassee is back up by 7 again.
Yeah, and I feel there, you saw Smoot fighting her way to the post. I 100% now think they are attacking Robbins. They want to get her in foul trouble and get her out of the game. So keep an eye on Smoot and seeing if she continues to get the ball and attacks the post like she has been. She has not been afraid of contact. And ooh, pass tip there was intended for Martin. Fenton comes up with it though. Murphy on the perimeter. Back to Fenton. Shot clock winding down. Doyle with the ball. Pump fakes. Not able to convert, but Robbins gets the second chance opportunity and puts it back. And even if she missed it, I feel like Baylor was also there. Great crashing the boards from the 2 post players from Vegas to get that second chance bucket. Tallahassee wanted to answer back quickly with one of their own. You see there, Tallahassee has had 7 more possessions here tonight, and that's coming off those offensive boards and the fact that LVG's been getting drawn to the line a few times, but quick basket from Fenton there, the Rabbit able to convert. Anything you're seeing from either team that you would want them to make a change after the halftime as we got 5 minutes left to go in this quarter?
No, they've been playing some very solid basketball right now. Tallahassee has not had any reason to need to change, I think.
I agree.
Vegas just needs to get the ball in the net more, and they just have not been able to do that.
Fair. I mean, nothing is standing out from either team. And ooh, Hopkins under the basket, not able to get the ball, but second chance, she gets her own miss and makes the basket. And it might, for LVG, it might be more about needing to step it up on the second chance and shut them down, box them out a bit better. Because I feel like those second chance opportunities have slightly started to edge in Tallahassee's favor. Hopkins with the ball, trying to drive to the basket, not getting anywhere, dishing it back out to Frost as both teams now pretty much have their starting core back on the floor. Screen for Hopkins. No good. No switch takes place, so she dishes it to Smoot. Smoot not able to get the bucket. Doyle losing the ball to Smoot, ran into the Bison, and the ball stayed with her. That's the other thing is turnovers, I feel like, have been outweighing the numbers in favor of Tallahassee. Tallahassee's coming up with a lot more steals compared to LVG here.
Agreed again.
Fenton back to the perimeter, dishing to the rookie. Baylor against Hopkins. Ooh, and he was a little afraid to draw in contact there, so tried to just spot up, jump it, and a little outside his normal range. There we go. Robbins, her 3rd foul, and I'm going to say with the amount of time left in this quarter, I'm not worried. I wouldn't pull her if I was Vegas's coach, but if she gets a 4th before the half, then we might not see much of her in the 3rd quarter. Yes, and they keep her. Oh, actually, they bring Wallstein in. So we see both teams have had an equal number of trips to the line. Tallahassee has been perfect tonight. Ooh, and a foul from Marshall. Of course, as I say that they've been equal, they now decide to ruin my statement. And that might be an area Vegas can exploit, being a little bit more aggressive in the post and trying to get contact. We saw Smoot with 2 fouls herself, but it's never too late to get her in foul trouble if they can get 1 or 2 on the Bison before the quarter comes to a close, even though it looks like both teams might have put some of their bench back out. Rin still. Over to the rookie. Francis calling for a screen. Shot clock's going to be a problem. Going to have to take it himself. Drives at least inside the paint, but not able to convert at all. And yes, and LVG has put pretty much their entire bench in to finish out this quarter. I think they want to start strong in the third with a well-rested starting lineup.
Umechi with the rebound. Over to Francois, the rookie.
Ooh, blocked by the Chickadee. So that's not a lot of height on the Chickadee to be able to get a block, but at 5'8", able to swat it down.
He does have the one flap working in his favor.
That he does, and quick basket on the other end for Vegas. Pulls it back within 5. I'm not saying necessarily they want to be happy with where they stand, but they can finish this quarter within 2 possessions. I think it'd be a decent way to end the half. They were down by 7 at one point. If they can stay within 5, I'm not too worried. Neither team has really built up a run on either end, even though Tallahassee almost getting a 3, but the second chance not going to convert either. Bo dishing it to O'Hara. Ooh, ball lost there. Another turnover for Vegas. Already 8 turnovers tonight for them. Marshall. Not able to convert. Does get his own ball back, and now it's going to be Mary Catherine getting called for the foul. No good on the first.
There goes Tallahassee's perfect record from the line.
Ooh, double brick. Congratulations, Samson. You have now added to the curse.
That's right.
And another one, another brick. Are we going to get 4 misses in a row here? Okay, finally I counter-cursed the curse. 1 minute left to go in the second quarter, down by 4. Tallahassee an opportunity to extend this lead as Renstill, quick basket is good. Answering back within 4 once again. Now it's going to be a race to see who has the final possession of this half. It's a quick basket from Tallahassee will mean they have the opportunity to, as Renstill drives to the basket and gets the finger roll to fall between 2 defenders. And ooh, alley-oop to St. Martin. Mary able to dish that in a 4-point game. Tallahassee last possession of this half. See if they can break the 50-point mark. And still with the ball. Looks like she wants the final possession. Pump fakes, goes to the shot, and hits the buzzer beater. That puts Tallahassee up by 6 here, 51-45. I have to say, I feel like Tallahassee's bench between Renstill and Umechi might be having a little bit more of an impact here tonight compared to Vegas's bench.
I agree.
As we'll dive into the stats, the number of turnovers I want to see from Tallahassee, because 8 by Vegas has not been a good start to the game. But if they can start generating some more against Tallahassee, that would be good. And as you see there, Smoot already with a double-double, and she's racked up 3 steals as well. 5 offensive rebounds. That they need to box her out. Robbins, Baylor, if they need to double box her out, that would be whatever's necessary to make it stop. Make the Bison stop scoring.
I don't think she can be stopped.
Between the two of them, I'm sure they could. The two bodies could combine into one at some point, hopefully, and put an end to her attacking the post. And
A
Ren
bit of
still,
Vegas Voltron going on there.
yes. Well, Ren still's also perfect from the floor, 4 for 4. One of them being a 3-pointer. Not as much 3-point game going on tonight as I expected, as I only saw 3 turnovers as well from them. And looking at the Vegas side, you said Baylor's been pretty quiet tonight, 2 for 6. Robbins being the real point scorer, 9 points scored, 4 for 5 from the field, 2 blocks. Baylor though with 3 blocks. Doyle 6 points as well. No one necessarily individually stepping up as the main scoring threat for Vegas right now, and I don't think they've even hit a 3 tonight so far either. So they've done a good job spreading the scoring out, but you want to see someone step up at some point and take command. With them being down by 6 here, they can't really afford to play nice and try and make sure everyone gets a shot here tonight.
Vegas starting possession second half.
And opportunity to chip away at the lead, and that's a good screen for Doyle. I spoke about not having a 3, and of course Doyle going to come out and make sure they get one in the first possession of the second half. I think Doyle would have learned how to shoot threes in Hawaii, playing alongside some great 3-point shooters out there. And ooh, the rookie going to answer back with one of his own. Francis putting them back up by 6 immediately.
It was like Tallahassee saying, "You want to shoot threes? Yeah, we can shoot threes."
Well, they're like, "Oh, Vegas, you can shoot a 3. Thanks for reminding us that is a shot we can also shoot." As Morrison driving the basket, attacking the paint, able to convert the finger roll. Hopkins trying to drive the basket, not getting any kind of ankle break going.
Shark passes to Martin. Back to Hopkins.
Ooh, Hopkins for 3. It's a 3-point shootout now, apparently. Ooh, Vegas answering back with a tough shot there. Robbins now past 11 points as well. Almost perfect from the floor. I almost want to see her taking a little bit more risk in her shot selection just because she's feeling so hot tonight.
So I almost stripped her the ball there. Managed to recover. Back to Hopkins. Back to Edge.
Ooh, and Hopkins was wide open from 3, not able to convert, but Smoot, once again, not boxed out, will get the second chance, but no good. Ooh, wide open Morrison. The defense completely mistook who was switching on to her, and she just drove to the basket for an easy bucket. And it's a fun thing. Tallahassee has the worst field goal percentage tonight, but they're winning right now because of the sheer number of extra possessions they've had. Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
They say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, but if you take more shots, you're gonna make make more of them.
I was gonna say exactly. It doesn't matter how many shots you miss if you just keep getting offensive rebounds. You can shoot 30% from the field. You might have twice as many shots as your opponent though and win.
You put that a lot more eloquently than I did. Yes.
It was Morrison. Apparently, she wants to carry the team on her back. She's being a lot more aggressive in the second half as she goes to the basket, gets fouled on the way up, so she'll head to the line for 2 to push them back within 1 if she can convert this second one. And she does. That 7-point lead has evaporated back to 1 now. And Typhoons calling their first time out here tonight. What do you think the coach is seeing that they don't like?
Well, that defensive collapse on Morrison did not help. Certainly, they want to make sure they're on top of her.
I agree. I think coach is not happy, wanting to make sure that they understand who their assignment is. And that's the risk at the FBA level we don't ever see the zone really come into effect. It's almost always a man-man, but that requires the defense to be very aware when screens come into play, how to switch and who's switching on who. That's how we get those really difficult matchups, size matchups. You know, where Baylor's against Hopkins. Shot clock now being a problem. No screen, failed attempt, and ooh, the shot is off just before the shot clock expires, and the rookie is showing some gumption tonight, not sweating under the pressure. Has put up 14 points already here. Vegas trying to answer right back. Robbins gets her own miss in the putback. Smoot needs to be a bit more aggressive on her and shut down Robbins getting those second chance opportunities.
Ball from 3. No good.
That was a good screen from Hopkins. She got an open look off the screen. She's having a bit of a struggle here tonight. She had a three-pointer fall earlier in this half, so hopefully that miss there is not indicative of how the rest of the quarter will go for her. But if she can start getting those threes to fall, Tallahassee can rebuild a lead. But Doyle inside the three-point line off the screen. A 10-2 run. This is the first real run we've seen from either team, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tallahassee calls another timeout here. But no, they're not. Vegas with their first lead in quite a while.
Covered by Vegas. No score from Tallahassee. Maybe try and stretch the lead here. No.
Well, they big block. So they got a huge block there, but Baylor cleans it up and puts it back. And as a defense, it's so disheartening to have such a huge shutdown. That ball was smacked off the glass, but still they were able to convert. And Frost with the second chance off the miss from Hopkins there keeps it within one at least. Doyle. We saw him hit a 3 earlier in the game. See if he maybe takes another here. He will. Off the screen from Baylor is good. Second 3 tonight from him, and he pushes Vegas up by 4 now. Couple starters starting to step up for Vegas as Hopkins gets a good look into the basket off a couple crossovers, but not able to convert. 1 for 5 in the second half.
That is surprising. She's usually one of the pillars of this team.
Yeah, Morrison is all over here, though, and same on the other side. You know, being able to shut down Hopkins is one way you can definitely win the game, but they've been able to. Smoot has been able to carry the load here tonight for Tallahassee, and the post play needs to pick it up for the defense if they want to shut her down. Oh, and the ball stripped there. Tallahassee fast break opportunity. Driving to the basket, the Panther off the glass is good. A little bit of a push there at the shoulder, but no call from the ref. Tie game here. You hear the crowd. They are excited once again.
Pass missed. Goes to Tallahassee. Recovered by Tallahassee. Over to Hopkins. Going for 3. No good. Recovered by Vegas.
Yeah, I feel like she's starting to force it a little bit here. The defense is giving her some half-decent looks, and it's almost like they're baiting her into shooting. But she's just not feeling it here right now. And you know, as a player, you have two mindsets. You have the kind of players who feel like, okay, I need to shoot through the slump. And then you have those who are like, okay, I'm having a little trouble night. Let's try and get it to the player with the hot paw. And right now it feels like she's trying to shoot through the slump. But with a game this close, it's very hard to justify that with such a close game. Screen. Shot. 3 rattles around, travels the entire rim, bounces off the glass, and finally falls. Francis Feeling it tonight, and there we go. Wildcards will call a timeout. They had built a tiny bit of a lead off of a run, but now Tallahassee has answered it back with one of their own. And we'll see the bench coming for both teams. And Samson, I feel like, again, for Tallahassee, the bench is favored them tonight. So LVG's decision to switch here is a little bit interesting.
Agreed.
Woo, Wallstein!
Totally, the starters might just be tiring out. They might just need to get their energy back to make a push in the fourth quarter.
Definitely can. I mean, 4 minutes left to go in this quarter, and a foul there on Wallstein, first tonight. 3-point play opportunity, and I mean, you're right. Definitely, each team has their, their minute rotation, what they're looking for. But you have to imagine as a coach as well, as you see the rookie Francis being left on the floor for Tallahassee, the hot paw. They're keeping him out there to try and build up as much of a lead they can while he's feeling it. I mean, also he's a rookie, so he has a bit fresher legs compared to some of the players on their team.
No doubt.
Good screen to get an open look from mid-range there. You see the biggest lead, 9 points for Tallahassee. Lead changes 9, ties 9. It has been a back-and-forth game, even though Tallahassee did have a significant lead at one point. LVG was not intimidated by it, though, and answered back, and illegal screen. I was looking to see if they were going to call it on a charge or a legal screen, and they went in favor of the defense there, saying Fiora did not set her paws fully.
Inbound to O'Hara. Inside, St. Martin. Fisher passes back to O'Hara. She drives. No good. Recovered by Pelletier from Tallahassee. Back to Fiora. Pelletier, Fiora, Francois for 2. No good.
Finally cooling off a little bit there for the Black Panther, not able to get that shot. So looking at both teams, good backdoor attempt, no good. LVG pretty much locked in terms of their starting roster for next season, but you look at Tallahassee, and the Panther elevates for a dunk. I guess you can't miss if you take it all the way to the hoop yourself. But as before I was interrupted by that excellent dunk, I was going to say Hopkins, a free agent coming up on the market. She hasn't been hot tonight, but with the season she's been having, you have to imagine there's going to be quite a few teams interested in the Cat come free agency.
Agreed. She's gonna be looking for a good payday next season, I think. Coming off the rookie contract she's had.
No doubt. I mean, top 8 pick, great rookie season, even better second year, and good cleanup there from Renee, dunking down off the miss. And the only good news for Tallahassee is that they have plenty of cap space to play with, so they can definitely make a solid offer to keep her around. Most of their starters are locked in at least another year, if not 2. Wallstein trying to take it herself, not able to, and it's going to be a battle for the board. Pietier is going to come down with it, though. Tallahassee trying to attack the post, is not able to. Now they've pulled it back to the perimeter, and Renee got to take a shot from a range she's not normally good from, but able to get the ball somehow to Francis off the rebound. The ball just falls in the Black Panthers' paws, and he's able to get the second chance, and we see there third quarter is the best shooting for Tallahassee thus they've had. Connor able to get an open look, lots of movement, lost his defender in the shuffle, and no one around for at least a good 5 feet, able to just lay it up. The rookie is absolutely taking over tonight. Francis is able to drive to the basket, answer back with a quick one of his own. Say Smoot was the decoy tonight. We thought she was the one carrying the team. Apparently, it's the Black Panther tonight doing it.
Well, she can share the spotlight. She's a team player. What can I say?
Yes, and LVG gets the steal, so they will have the final possession here. 6-point game. They find themselves down once again. A basket here, just at least get it a little bit closer would be nice, but not able to with that. We head to the final 12 minutes. Tallahassee up by 6, 79-73. Samson, anything you saw that quarter that stood out to you besides, the rookie having an absolute great night?
And for a few minutes there, Vegas had it together. For a few minutes, Vegas found something that worked, but Tallahassee turned it around and shut them down. Again, it comes down to the bench, it seems like. Vegas's bench just can't hold up.
Yeah, and the decision to keep their rookie in longer paid off for Tallahassee. The point scoring went through him, and it showed. But now the question is, will that factor in at the end of the game if he's a little bit more fatigued than the rest of the starters, if he hasn't had as much chance to catch his breath? Robbins. One-on-one. Not able to get the basket. The fall, though. Doga on the other end. Kenji getting the offensive board. Ooh, fouled on the way up by St. Martin. And offensive boards, that's what my takeaway from both teams is that the boxing out needs to be prioritized. There's so many extra chance opportunities coming in.
St. Martin takes a seat. Bobby Baylor goes back in. Or Brandon Baylor, I should say.
Bobby is a coach, or GM.
Right. Well, look, they look very similar. It's hard to tell.
I mean, fair, but don't let Brandon hear you say that. Bo. Dishing to Brandon in the post, but ooh, Smoot blocks the bear. Tallahassee the crowd is absolutely going wild over that block there. Baylor able to pull down the board, though, off the missed shot. 7-point games here. Murphy almost loses the ball. Back to Bo from beyond the arc. The Chickadee able to convert. Three-point game has been quiet, I feel like, for LVG. And, ooh, Ren still attacking the basket. Gets a foul call. We'll get three-point play opportunity as we see Morrison being brought back in. Missed the free-point attempt, though.
Outside to Morrison. Back into Robbins. Good defense from Smoot there. Back to Fenton. Rabbit from the outside. Driving in. No good. Recovered by Renstill. Back down to Tallahassee's end.
Himmers fighting against the bear, not able to get it to fall. LVG. They're relying, they have Fenton in right now, but they're going to give it to Morrison, who got an open look as the ball crashed the paint. Lindsay attacked the perimeter in perfect setup. Three-point game here, Tallahassee. Can they answer back? Frost gets a look to the basket, gets the better of Baylor, but not able to get the finger roll to fall. Morrison pulling it all the way back to half court there for a second. Back to Morrison. Ooh, she pulls up. Shot clock Murphy going to be really far behind the line. Not able to convert. Fast play to Smoot. The Bison absolutely charging down the court, dunking it in off. Wasn't even a fast play, honestly, but still played out like one.
Tallahassee's up by 5. See if Vegas can try and bring it back down again.
Ooh, Fenton, that's a tough shot. Robbins gets the better in the post, spins around and gets the offensive rebound, and is getting very physical down the post now for those offensive boards on both sides. Baylor. Good defense there, shuts down the drive to the basket, not able to convert. Murphy trying to get into the paint, finds a way in there, but defense is all over him. Fading away jumper, very difficult shot, not able to convert.
Amos passes it off to Renstill. Preston driving in. Defended well there, but she takes it for 2.
Yeah, able to get around Baylor. I mean, again, that's just experience. Knowing how to play against a bigger player like that. She's had plenty of years in the league to do so, learn how to do so. A little bit of ISO play, not working out. Benton pulling out from beyond the arc, and no, they're going to say the Rapids Paws were inside the line. Only 2. That's the hardest 2 you can pretty much make distance-wise, and would have been a 3 if it was from the corner. And Smoot trying to drive to the basket, losing the ball, not her bread and butter. Give her the ball in the post. Don't make her try and get there. Quick pause, able to stick in and poke the ball loose. Shot clock winding down. Fenton driving to the basket. 2 defenders, not able to convert, but Baylor starting to pick it up here. The tap back in. LVG was down by 7, but now within 1.
Tallahassee's starting to lose a little control again.
Yeah, it'd be a good time for a timeout, but they're going to rely on Renstill to hit 3. Not able to, but Smoot, once again, the second chance opportunity. She's getting close to having 10 offensive rebounds at this point, and she's already put up 15 total. It's been an absolute joy watching her and Robbins battle in the post, and both of them well above double-doubles as Murphy answers back with a quick basket in the post. And there we go. Tallahassee will finally call timeout. They need to drop a game plan for these final 6 minutes here. It looked like they had started to pull away at the end of the third quarter, but now LVG's breathing right down their necks.
Like to see. Like to see them put some of their starters back in.
Yeah, I feel like both teams are going to have all their starters in now as we see Hopkins come back on the floor. And Adge. And there's nothing I can really say to either team that, like, what I want to see different, even though a turnover there immediately is not what Tallahassee needed off the to start their play after the timeout. Whatever plan they just drew up got completely derailed.
Yeah, they've not been. Neither team has really been making a lot of egregious mistakes. It's just been 2 very solid teams trying to outmaneuver each other.
Well, and when one does make a mistake, the other one tends to make just as many back. I mean, I think Tallahassee still has had way more possessions thanks to those offensive boards and a few extra turnovers. But, you know, with the extra possessions, they've had a little bit worse field goal percentages. Hopkins, ooh, coming off the bench, able to hit a 3. We've talked about her being a bit cold here tonight, but that is big pressure moment, being able to hit one there coming off the bench. And Robbins answers back with a 2 immediately. 17 points for her tonight. And they've kept Rinstel on the floor. That's a lot of extra three-point ability on the court. Block there by LVG. A chance to tie it up here with a quick basket. Slows it down, though. Draws it back to the perimeter. Baylor taking it inside the paint. Trying to reset, but Doyle doesn't have long. Not able to convert. Smoot, great matchup in the post. Able to convert the jumper there. 4 points now, Tallahassee. And you have to imagine Tallahassee, if they go to the playoffs, like you said, Smoot, the only one still remaining from their playoff run. But, you know, with Umechi also having a ring under his name, you can't discount the experience he could bring into the playoffs. Whereas LVG, you know, they have no one who has a championship experience.
It's true. It is.
Well, I take that back. Sorry, I think St. Martin? No, he was with Montana. I don't think he was there when they won the ring.
Let me know.
Oh, no, he was. He was there for 2023. So.
That's absolutely right. Yes, he was.
Okay, St. Martin will have to bear the brunt of the championship experience.
Really, his contribution was very memorable.
Yes. Francis. Great look, screen, but no, dishes to Smoot. Smoot, a little bit of contact there to generate some space, able to convert it. Smoot tonight has just been so damaging down the post and has been a consistent threat. She's taking a lot of shots because of those second chance opportunities. As Baylor starting to pick it up here in the fourth quarter himself. 2-point game with 2 minutes and some change left to go. Oh, but the rookie gets wide open. Look, Hopkins with the quarterback-like pass into the post. Absolutely led the Francis there. And, oh, God, LVG, they're calling timeout after that play. They can't afford to give up free buckets like that.
What do you expect to see in these last 2 minutes?
I am expecting a lot of timeouts. This game is way too close at this point. LVG needs to get a smart basket off. I don't want it quick. I want them to get it off with like 10 to 15 seconds in the shot clock gone, but they're able to get a good play down to Baylor drawn up, and he's able to get the turnaround jumper to fall. Now it's about stopping Tallahassee. That's all they have to do is stop Tallahassee, and we can start talking next possession. And they get lucky there. The rookie missing the open shot. And a quick play to Murphy. We have a tie game.
Incredible.
I told you timeouts. I would not be shocked if Tallahassee calls one here, but no, they're going to play it. Behind the back pass. Ooh, Hopkins, that's such a dangerous play, but she gets it to Smoot, and Smoot, the absolute rock. 26 points for Tallahassee tonight.
That's trusting in your teammates, knowing you know your teammates, knowing them well.
Well, they're going to give it to Baylor.
Now.
The rookie is feeling it too. He has lit it up this quarter. He's up to 14 points. He only had 4 to start the game, and he's put up 10, I feel like, in just the last 20 minutes he's been on the floor. Oh, and Smoot gets fouled on the shot. We're going to go to the line for 2, and this is where the pressure. Oh, and you got the crowd on your side. They're on their feet. One basket goes, but no good on the second. Doyle is going to bring it up for LVG. Quick play to Baylor. Baylor finds an open lane and dunks it down. And he salutes the crowd. If I'm Tallahassee, I might be calling timeout here. You got to draw up a play to get a basket. You can't risk a miss. But they're going to Smoot. In Smoot they trust. And she misses. Oh, this is very tough. And Murphy is going to get a quick play. And just like that, LVG is up by 3. And now Typhoons, they finally call timeout. But things are not looking good for them. Samson, what do they do here?
What do they do? What more can they do? I
I,
mean,
at a 3, it feels like a 3. I would not be shocked if we see Renstill and Hopkins on the floor together and trying to just shoot a 3. But give it to Francis, give it to Renstill, give it to... No, Renstill they did not bring in. They're going to give it to Smoot, though.
who can't
She's
shoot
going to do it
threes?
herself. She gets it knocked over, no contact called. The bucket is good. 1-point game. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. LVG, if they get a basket here, they might seal it. They're not going to call timeout. They're just going to let Baylor, they're going to let him do it himself. Take it to the post. No good. Tallahassee, what are they going to do? They have one shot to take the lead. Hopkins, she takes the shot from long range. It's good.
Yes.
Tallahassee pulls ahead.
I'm sorry. Should I be more impartial?
No, it's a great game. Hopkins has had a rough night, but she's able to hit the most important shot. But here's the thing. Did she leave too much time? 2 seconds. LVG will bring the ball up to half court thanks to this timeout. They have an opportunity to absolutely break the hearts of Tallahassee fans here if they can get an inbound buzzer beater. Samson, who do they trust the ball to take the shot here? Quick, before they do it.
Warren Doyle.
Doyle, okay. I see a screen. Morrison open. No, they're giving it to Baylor.
Yeah.
He's had a hot paw, but no good on the end. The difficult shot in Tallahassee absolutely squeaks by.
That is very unconventional, giving it to the big for 3.
I think there at the end, they didn't feel like there was an open player, and Baylor was the biggest body in the area. I feel like they wanted to give it to Morrison, but the defense was just too on her. So the next best option was the tallest fur you could throw it to, but you're right. The distance there is so difficult. And Baylor had a great game earlier in the fourth quarter, so I could see maybe feeling like he's feeling it, but Tallahassee absolutely squeaks by. Hopkins hitting that extremely high pressure shot with only 2 seconds left. And I have to say, I'm impressed with Tallahassee able to hold on there, but LVG was right there too. And look at the Baylor Robbins stat line. Both of them putting up a 15-15 game and 6 blocks between the two of them.
Impressive.
I say, and then Morrison herself, 15 points. No one player led the way in scoring like they did on Tallahassee's side. Tallahassee was definitely Smoot and Francis tonight leading the way. LVG was a lot better in terms of spreading the ball between their starters and all of them being productive. It's just one turnover, one missed free throw even was the difference maker here tonight.
Absolutely. Just an incredible game between these two teams.
Extremely.
Both
I
of them
mean,
played
I was gonna say 2 playoff potentially bound teams, and they put up a
well.
heck of a show.
Well, with the win tonight, Tallahassee is definitely playoff bound. They've locked that in tonight.
That they have, and now it's up to Vegas to lock theirs in. They don't have that high of a hill to climb, but it's nothing set in stone quite yet. But if what they could put up here tonight against Tallahassee is anything to indicate, is that they definitely are deserving of a playoff spot. And we see there, I'm looking at the stats, and the biggest thing I'm seeing, it ended up evening out a lot in the end in terms of the turnovers, the points off turnovers. The offensive boards definitely went the way of Tallahassee, but we talked, and we were kind of giving crap about Vegas's bench, but as you see at the very end, Vegas did actually put up more points on the bench compared to Tallahassee, all things considered. They sneakily snuck in all their points as the game went on. right there. The three pointers weren't as good for Tallahassee, 7 of 18, but they made them when they needed them most. Any final thoughts, Samson, before we sign off for the night?
Oh, I'm just very impressed with both of these teams. They both have made their case for being for playoff contention. I think we can expect to see deep runs from both of these teams in the coming off postseason.
I agree. So, which I'm getting your hot take. Are we going to see either of these teams in the final this year?
Oh, don't put me on the spot.
Oh no, that this is
Ah,
the best way to end the game in the broadcast is I want you to Vegas. Pretend we're in Las Vegas right now. I need you to put your money on one of these two teams. Which of them has the best chance of making it to the finals?
I am I'm gonna go with Tallahassee again. I think they've been building towards this. They've got a lot of young talent where they need it most. Got the veterans where they need them. I think this is a team that has the potential to make it all the way.
That is a very fair assessment. I love the experience they have on their bench, and their starting lineup is very exciting with the young talent and the absolute anchor of a rock that is Rosalia Smoot. I think Vegas is literally a wild card in the sense of how young they are. When they get hot, and they are very tough to beat. But we don't see as much consistency from them as I'd like to see in uh, a potential finals contender. So I have to. I'm going to go with you and agree with. I think Tallahassee has the best chance of making it to the finals this year between the two teams here. But you never know. Uh, all it takes is one division's number one seed to fall in an upset for an easy path to the finals to be given. Um, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. I've been Ryan Eastman. Thank you, Samson, for joining me.
Thank you. This has been Samson St. James. It's been a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me also.
We will see y'all next time. We have two more sports dens before the end of the regular season, and then we are finals or playoff bound heading to the finals. Thank you and have a good night.